Okay, so what happens when you take the wheels off of a train and then you put electromagnets under this said train? What do you get? You get this right here. This is a copy, this is a model, a 3-carriage model, and I have the stand as well, of the Shanghai Maglev train. Now, I ended up actually picking this up with my parents. I picked this up when we were overseas in China, 2006, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's a really, really fast train. You look out the window and it's just like, no joke, like the train literally goes 430/431. It's fluctuating between 30 and 31. A really awesome train. I'm really glad I got the model. They don't make these things anymore. And it looks like China has announced something bigger than that. That's right, China debuts the world's fastest train, a newer, updated version of a Maglev train that they've currently got, in Shanghai, right? Take a look at this bad boy. So we're going to be reading from this website today, plus a few other websites. Let's just get straight into it. But before I do, obviously, I'm a bit of a train buff. So when I heard this announcement, I was like, yep, we are making a video about this, okay? A Maglev train, a Maglev bullet train, I should say, that can reach speeds of 600 kilometers per hour or 373 miles per hour if you live in that part of the world, right? Has made its debut in China, right? Now, developed by the state-owned China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation, it's considered the world's fastest train. Now, mind you, they don't currently have the proper track length to do tests on this train. It seems like this train's actually working, which is awesome. But I'm sure in their CAD designs, I'm sure in their actual designs, the thing actually goes really fast, right, on the computer. But it's yet to see actual, use on an actual track besides a one in a test, short little test track. So they have not actually seen it go fast yet. Time will tell, right? Maglev, right, is an abbreviation of magnetic levitation. Now, the train appears to be floating thanks to an electromagnetic force that sends it gliding above the tracks. The deputy general manager and chief engineer of this railway company basically, told the Chinese state media that in addition to its speed, the train emits low levels of noise pollution and requires less maintenance than other high-speed trains. Right? The less moving parts, the less gears there are, the less braking systems there are. Right? The less things that move, the more reliably, for a long period of time, it will be. The problem is, these things cost a lot of money. A lot of money. But if you are a country who can afford it, for the long run, it's so beneficial for so many reasons, right? Yeah, it really is. I love the technology. I'm absolutely a huge fan of the technology. A prototype of the new Maglev train was revealed to the media in 2019. I remember seeing photos of this, and I was going to make a video about this, but for whatever reason, I was like, oh, I'll do it next week. And then next week came, and I was like, oh, I'll do it next week again. But I'm really glad that I didn't make that video, because instead of just showing one boxy design that wasn't moving, now they're actually showing an actual movable train on a bit of a test track. Obviously, it's only going like, 10 kilometers an hour kind of thing at the moment. But yeah, and so a prototype of the new Maglev train was revealed to the media in 2019. The same year, China announced ambitious plans to create 3-hour transportation circles between major metropolitan areas. So at the moment, like I said, China only has this 30-kilometer track in Shanghai, okay? So basically, they're unable to test this at the moment, but they basically want to get they want this thing to be working apparently by 2025. And at the moment, I don't kind of doubt them, because China is the leader in fast trains at the moment, and probably will be for a long, long time. They've got thousands and thousands of kilometers of, fast track, not Maglev track, but fast track. So yeah, I'm sure that they can get this working, right? They've had the Maglev train, they've had this thing working since, for almost 20 years now. So there you go, right? High-speed rail is a major priority in China, which aims to connect more of its large cities by train to reduce the time and expense required to travel around the world's most populous country. Currently, the average high-speed train in China can run at about 350 kilometers per hour while planes fly between 800 and 900 kilometers per hour, trains like the one unveiled this week could fill a critical, middle space type of thing, right? However, everyone, there's always a however. There's one thing keeping this train from being ready to greet customers: a lack of a completed maglev track networks, like we said, right? Currently, China only has one maglev, magnetic levitation line in commercial use, connecting Shanghai's airport with a city, Longyang Road station in the city, right, Shanghai. It's about a 30-kilometer track, with 19-mile journey. Takes about 7.5 minutes with the train hitting speeds of 430 kilometers per hour. But like I said, if you've ridden the train, you would know it fluctuates from 430 to 431 backwards and forwards. So you technically go 431, all right? You'd have to ride the train or watch a video on YouTube, I guess, at least to know that. I'm so cool, yay! Several new maglev networks are reportedly under construction, including one linking Shanghai and a couple of other cities, as you guys can see. Now, this is the one that's been working in Shanghai for a long time, almost 20 years, or roughly about 20 years or so. So yeah, that's the actual model I have right here. It's actually a 3-carriage model. This is the front carriage, and it sits on a stand, but it's somewhere else in the other room. Where are we now? So, how long has this maglev technology been around for? A long time, actually. A long time. In fact, maglev technology was first developed by English inventor Eric Lathwaite, with the world's first commercial maglev train opened in 1984 in Birmingham.
Eric Lathwaite.
Birmingham, everybody. Now, for you people who know that Japan also has a super fast maglev train as well. Now, the two technologies, let me show you, differ very significantly from each other. This is the Japanese, that was a weird way of saying it, this is the Japanese maglev train, the Shinkansen, right? Now, I'm not going to read any of that, but they've been doing tests on this train for a long time, and they are currently building heaps long track through many tunnels in Japan to connect two cities, and they're going to be open in like 10 years or something like that. And when it does open, this train will run about 500 kilometers per hour. Now, the Chinese train that's currently running and has been running for about 20 years is 431, right? Now, 500 kilometers per hour sounds great, but China reckons that this one will be able to travel at 600 kilometers an hour. I don't know how accurate that is. They're probably right, but we'll have to wait and see, because the track doesn't exist at the moment for anything to go that fast on anything, right? There's just no track for it. So that's the two different train types. Now, if you wanted to know the difference between the two maglev trains, they are very different from each other. The technology that's inside of these two different trains, the one in China and the one in Japan, are very different. Now, if you are interested in this information, there are some videos on YouTube which I highly suggest you watch, because they're very interesting, such as this one right here. Really good video. Definitely go check it out. Now, there's one thing I wanted to say, because Elon Musk has an idea called the Hyperloop, right? And I probably will make a video, definitely will make a video about the Hyperloop at some point in time. But basically, Elon Musk has outsourced this idea of building a huge tunnel with like vacuum pumps attached to this tunnel that suck out most of the air. You're not going to be able to get all the air out, but most of the air will be able to be sucked out. And then a Hyperloop train system, which is basically a magnetically levitated train inside of a toilet tube, a very long toilet tube with air pulled out. This hypothetically could go thousands of kilometers per hour, 1,000, 2, 3, it depends how far they push the technology or how good the technology is, right? So yeah, basically putting a Hyperloop, this one right here, basically putting a magnetically levitated train inside of a tube, and those two technologies together would just, you're going so much faster now. So the technology can be used separately, or it can be used inside of each other kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that in the future. I don't know. But something that you guys may not know about is that a lot of cities now have started to use the magnetically levitated technology, right? And a lot of these cities don't use high-speed trains. A lot of these trains are like this, you know, kind of slowish. We're talking about, 80 to 100 kilometers per hour. So apparently there's 6, what are we talking about now? There's 6 different cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And some on that list are the fast ones, I think, like Japan. And some are the, what would you call it? Suburban city maglevs that, you'd normally see a train with wheels, like a subway train, an elevated subway train, right? But in this case, they've decided to use like a magnetically levitated technology in suburban areas. So it has its pros and cons. I don't know why this technology is getting used in suburban areas, but I guess it's cool, and it probably means that maintenance would be a lot less noise. But then again, you've got the power consumption levels, which would be higher, I'm assuming, because of the magnets that would need to be powered. And obviously the price of building this magnetically levitated technology in the city, I don't know. It's interesting that there's a lot of cities building this now, but that's just been a quick little conversation regarding maglev, and I will be making more videos regarding this, and we are making daily videos on this channel every single day. So ring the bell, do your thing, lads. You're on channel 2, channel 1, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at Tallboy Gareth. Hope you guys liked the video. I've been Tall. My name's Gareth, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.